Starting off with one of the newest features on the Galaxy Buds 3 Pros, specifically this year, is customizing the LED lights. So in the Samsung wearable app, go to earbud controls, and then we have the option down here at the bottom for earbud light controls. So tap to go in here, but before we do anything else, there is something you have to do, or this just doesn't work. So you have to remove the buds from the case, but don't put them in just yet. Then if you pinch and hold the stems, this will actually then turn the LEDs on or off. Now, of course, you can change the type of the pattern of the LEDs play. You've got blinking, fading in and out, or just a steady LED light on. But don't forget that these LEDs will then stay on whilst the earbuds are then in your ears. So, if it's at night when walking down a dark street, you're going to have these like LEDs glowing whilst walking.
Who's that guy?
That's Tron.
So some people think it looks really, really cool. Some people will think it's a waste of battery since you can't even see them yourself, but at least you can switch them on or off depending on what you want them to do. And this is something that you'll need to do each and every time you get them out from the case, because every time you put them back in the case, it just resets that setting. So just be aware of that. Now, next up, one of the most fun settings within the Galaxy Wearable application is being able to enable voice commands. So just head into earbud settings, then voice controls. And if you enable voice controls, you can then simply control your audio by saying things like play music, or volume down, or stop music, without having to say a trigger word for your voice assistant first.
Volume up. Volume down. Stop music. Play music. Stop music.
Really handy if you're in a gym or something and want to quickly adjust the settings if you're like mid-exercise perhaps. Now, in terms of making sure that you have the right size ear tips on, there is a fit test within the Galaxy Wearable app, but be very careful with this one because there is one problem with the Galaxy Buds 3 Pros right now, and that's when removing the ear tips. Now, I'm not going to do this on mine because I don't want to break them, and that just goes to show how delicate these things are right now. There are a lot of reports of people tearing the ear tips when pulling on them to remove them, and I believe Samsung have even delayed shipping for these new earbuds until they can solve that problem. But what I would say is to keep an eye on a pair of replacement foam ear tips from a brand called Comply. These guys are like usually my go-to ear tips for any pair of earbuds, since they replace the pretty standard silicone ear tips with memory foam ear tips, which just stay in my ears so much better than just the standard silicone earbuds do. Now, they're not available just yet, but I'll have them linked down below for whenever those do become available. And so for now, just be careful pulling on the ear tips when you try and pull them to change them over. Next up, when using a pair of Galaxy Buds Pros along with your phone, you can enable 360-degree audio when recording videos from your phone. So to do that, you just go into your camera app, then advanced video options, and then enable the 360 audio recording setting here. Now, in your camera app, you'll see this icon up here for 360 audio. And so if you record video whilst wearing the Galaxy Buds 3 Pros, your phone will be able to capture 360-degree audio via the Galaxy Buds to give you a really quite impressive audio experience. I'll play back a clip here just so you can kind of hear it for yourself. Forcing myself out of my comfort zone to try new things. I've been typing videos. Lifelong iPhone user, switches to Android phone for quite some time now. But for the first time in a very long time, actually, honestly, with this phone, usually how great the last 6 months have been with you. Because you're coming from an iPhone, well, I don't need to tell you, of course, because everything has changed. Next up, if you hold the button on the bottom of the case, whilst it's open, the LEDs will flash different colors. But if you also hold them near a Windows machine, then it'll automatically pop up with a prompt for you to connect those buds without having to faff around with going to, settings and Bluetooth and search, then add and, connect and wait. It is so much faster just to do this. Another handy setting to know of and go through is the Read-aloud notifications. Now, I found this really, really useful when I'm working out at the gym, or, if you tend to listen to music at work whilst you're, away from your phone, you can go in here and specify which apps you'd like to read notifications out to you, and you can tell it to just read a summary or read the full thing. Really, really useful if you want to have other messaging apps read the notifications out to you, or anything else, I don't know, like BBC breaking news or something like that, and you can do that all from within here. Now, as far as losing your earbuds goes, there are a couple of options to find them again. First, you can use the Find app here to find individual earbuds, and you can see their rough location on the map. But if you tap the search nearby icon here, then your phone will actually start using Bluetooth to search for either one of those buds. And if you read here, it will show the location of whichever earbud is detected first. So once connected, you'll be able to walk around with your phone in sort of a hot or cold fashion, with the phone telling you once you're close. The problem here though is that it'll only find the individual earbuds and not the case. So if you lose the case, kind of stuffed. And if you lost both earbuds, then use this to find the first one. And then the best thing to do is go and place that one you found in a safe place that's kind of far away from, where you are now, maybe in the next room or something. And then go through that process again to find the other earbud. Now, hopefully, somewhere through that process, you'll stumble across the case as well. Fingers crossed that might find it for you. Now, one of the coolest features of the Galaxy Bud Pros, or really any of the Galaxy Buds, is having the ability to automatically switch audio sources when using multiple Samsung devices. So once you have both devices signed into the same Samsung account, and with the Galaxy Wearable app installed on both of the devices as well, then the audio should seamlessly switch between devices if you start playing audio from one device whilst it's then already playing on another device. Now, this can, of course, be really useful when listening to music on a tablet and then taking a call from your phone, or just moving around the home and picking up different devices without having to mess again with heading into the Bluetooth settings, force your buds to connect to a particular device. Now, one setting that I feel really apt for me is this option here called neck stretch reminders. And if you turn this on, it basically monitors your movements and alerts you whenever you're sat there, hunched over for more than 10 minutes at a time. Before you leave though, go up here to the top right and tap here, and then tap recalibrate earbuds, where it will just basically walk you through setting the levels properly on the earbuds so it knows when you're looking down. Well, you're actually looking down. But generally speaking, this is probably what I do a lot of the time, like either hunched over my desk or climbing up the ladder on Duolingo, where like a couple of minutes turns into 30 minutes later. So if you are like me, this is kind of useful to have on, but also at the same time, kind of annoying if you are really focused on something and then have that like pop-up notification appear on screen. So just decide for yourself whether you want to use that or not. And whilst you are doing that, I want to thank RoboForm for supporting this channel and sponsoring today's video. Now, RoboForm offers a cross-platform and cross-browser password manager that allows you to use unique passwords for every service you log into. Because however good a built-in password manager is, their one limiting factor right now is lack of cross-compatibility. Now, it logs in with one click, and not only is it a password manager, but it's an incredibly good form filler, filling in names, emails, credit cards, debit cards, two-factor authentication codes. It also has passkey support, which is meant to be the next replacement for actual passwords. And all of this is securely locked away in your own private and encrypted password vault. And with literally tens of thousands of 5-star reviews, well, I'm sure they're not wrong. So just click on the link down below to get 60% off of RoboForm. And again, a huge thank you to RoboForm for sponsoring this video. And if you watch a lot of YouTube videos or play a lot of games or edit videos or audio from your phone, just, something where the sound needs to match up as closely as possible with what the phone is doing, then if you head into the lab section, you can enable a low latency gaming mode, which will then reduce the amount of delay between what your phone is doing and what actually comes out of your headphones. Because usually there's a ever so slight delay, which means, if you're watching a video, then the words someone's saying won't exactly line up with the movement on screen. And of course, when playing a game, it's having the audio react as close to real time as possible instead of a small delay, which could have a big impact on your game. Next, did you know you can also run your own diagnostics on your Samsung devices, including the buds, before you call up for support? So just, check out some basics first. So if you open up the Samsung Members app, then head to Support down the bottom. Then you'll see your devices listed down here. And if you're inside the Galaxy Wearable app, then going into that and then tapping Diagnostics will just take you to the same place here. Then just tap on the Galaxy Buds 3 Pros. And now you can run a whole bunch of different diagnostic checks on those earbuds. So, if you think they're faulty or something's not quite right, it's worth doing this before spending all that time calling up Samsung or booking a service appointment in. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. Really appreciate you. Subscribe for more tips and tricks videos like this one, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye-bye.